Hi, I'm Judy. Welcome to Go Within Yoga. In today's Thanksgiving practice, excuse me, which obviously is not released on Thanksgiving, but it falls beautifully into the metal element of fall, as Thanksgiving obviously is a harvest festival. And today's theme that I'm offering to you is gratitude and Santosha. Gratitude is so big, we'll be doing another practice the next week after this, or before this, whatever it was. So this is all about appreciating what you have. So I'm going to read this little extract from The Secret Power of Yoga. I think that's it. I'm sorry, a little discombobulated again today. When you appreciate what we have rather than what we want, all things come and go, but by letting go, we claim peace and Santosha / contentment. So often the fear of letting go is a scarcity mentality. If I let go of this, I might need it someday. Most of the time we don't. I have let go of a few things that I really regretted I let go of, I'll be honest. But when we're holding on so hard, we cannot make that space to let go of fear. So holding on is a sign of fear, a sign of lack, a sign of scarcity. So I'm going to offer a little meditation with a mantra today. It is based on the goddess Kali, and I already have a really short meditation using the goddess Kali. This is also going to be very short. She is known as the Destroyer. She has actually 3 different sides of her. But in order to move forward, sometimes you do have to destroy. And once you do that, then you can feel the gratitude for what you do have. You can feel contentment or Santosha. And today we are also going to be getting into our hips and into our heart. I suggest that you have a bolster. I'm sitting up on one now. Also, perhaps a block. I'm going to use a pillow. That's why the pillow is there. And let's get started. Meet me in a comfortable seated position. We're going to use the Kali Mudra today. It's a really simple mudra. You put all your fingers, except for your index fingers, you put them together and they come down to your palm. The index fingers face up towards the heaven, and the left thumb goes on top of the right thumb, which is what I'm actually showing. And on screen it will look like the right thumb, but it is the left thumb on top of the right thumb. And simply place that in your heart center. Close your eyes if that feels comfortable for you to do. And just begin by noticing your breath. Noticing your heart beating beneath you. Maybe a little gratitude for all the things that our body does automatically that we don't have to think about. The heart beating, the lungs breathe, stomach digest. So many things our body does, and we just don't even give it a thought until something goes wrong. Now today's mantra can be simply repeated silently to yourself, and it's also very simple. It's so on the inhale and hum on the exhale. So breathe in so and exhale hum. Breathe in so Exhale, hum. Continue repeating that to yourself if you choose to. And on the exhale, maybe think of something that you need to let go of. As we are in the middle element season, that could be grief and sadness. When we let go of that grief and sadness, we're able to begin that transition from our outer being to our inside being. And we can move into winter, where the emotions, when out of balance, are fear and depression. And we may be able to have an easier transition into the winter season when we let go of what we need to let go now. Inhale, so. Exhale, hum. Repeating silently to yourself or out loud. Last couple of repetitions. If you have the time, that is something that is nice to do for 108 repetitions. If you have a mala where you can keep track. But today we're just spending a short amount of time. Inhale, hold for a moment. Exhale, hold for a moment. And then just allow yourself to breathe normally. Release the mudra. Allow your hands to relax into your lap or onto your legs. And notice how you feel. Has something shifted since you sat down? Maybe you feel calmer. Maybe you feel more present. Maybe you feel some sadness at letting go of something. No right or wrong emotions. And slowly blink your eyes open. Coming off of your bolster into a tabletop position. You can actually go ahead and just kind of straddle your bolster if you have it. I'm going to scooch back a little bit. Do not need a prop for this at all, but make sure that you are comfortable. And then try to have your hips over your knees. Move my pillow a little more out of the way. Begin to let your arms reach forward. So you can have that bolster underneath you and rest your heart center on that bolster if you choose. You can do it without a prop. And this practice is getting into your hips and into that heart center, allowing space for gratitude and Santosha. You can also choose to have the bolster horizontally across your mat. allow your breath to slow down. Be very, very full. Breathing into your stomach, and then up into the heart center, into the back of the lungs, and the side of the ribcage, as if you were a really big beach ball that you were blowing up. Perhaps you want to take that SoHum mantra into the rest of your practice. Maybe you don't. It's all good. Go ahead and press into the palms of your hands so they walk them back towards your body and towards your knees. If you're using that bolster vertically as I was, you may want to set it horizontally, or perhaps put a block horizontally. Before we move into our next pose, I'm going to take just a little bit of time in child's pose. Go ahead and reach your arms back towards your hips and let them relax. And again, bring your palms of your hands to your mat, close to your hips, pushing into the palms. If you have that bolster, now is a good time to get it arranged, moving slowly through our transitions. Have a block or a pillow. Put it towards the top of your mat. As always, when we're using props, you may have to play a little bit to find the right positioning for you. We're moving into supported fish pose. You can also have the bolster vertically, but because today's practice is about our hips and our heart, we're going to have the bolster about where the bra line, if you're a woman, is. And we want our head want our throat to open up a little bit. Okay, so you play around with that. Slowly turn so that your hips are close to your bolster. Legs come straight out, or you can have the soles of your feet together in butterfly pose, at least on the bottom. So I need to grab my pillow and get a little closer. You can use no prop at all, but in this case, I need a little support. And I think I'm going to go ahead and have the soles of my feet together, allow my knees to open up so that the legs are in butterfly pose. Really getting into your heart and your hips here. Arms can come straight out in a T. They can be angled in kind of an upside down V. Maybe even reaching back. That's going to be a little too much for me today. Find the right position for your body. If you don't use a prop underneath your head, you will get more of a stretch across your chest, your heart center, but for a lot of people, it can feel a little too much on the neck. So, hum. Let go. Last couple of breaths here. And if you do have your lower body in butterfly pose, reach under your thighs and gently bring the knees together. Roll over onto one side, slowly pressing yourself up. if you're using that bolster, you go ahead and put that off to the side. If you have a block or a pillow handy, you may want to keep that close by. And then I'll come a little forward so you can see me. Simply lay back down. And again, this time I'm going to have my arms reaching above towards my head, towards the short end of my mat. This is Pentacle pose. They can be in T, whatever feels right in your body. We're only here about a minute. And go ahead and bend both knees, taking the soles of the feet to your mat, and bring the arms back down by your torso. And then just gently lift your hips, coming over towards one side of your mat, doesn't matter which. Bring one knee into your chest, and then the other, and let them fall over towards the side. And this is where you can grab that pillow and put it between the legs. That allows your legs to just completely relax so that you are not engaging any muscles. Our arms can come out in a T, supine twist. Head can be looking wherever feels comfortable for you. I do like to look over the opposite shoulder from where my legs are bent. But you can just be looking at the ceiling. You could be wherever feels right in your body. You guys are doing a wonderful job. I hope you're beginning to feel very relaxed, very calm, very centered in this moment. So, let go. Let everything go. Let your body just soften. Last couple of breaths here. If you've taken your head over to one side, gently bring it back to the center. And then go ahead and remove the pillow, set that aside. Bring the soles of your feet back to your mat, your knees bent, and take your feet out a little wider than hip width apart and let the knees fall in towards each other just for a few moments, few breaths. And then bring yourself over towards the opposite side, pressing into your hips or feet to raise your hips and come over. Take one knee into your chest and then the other. Allow those knees to fall over to the opposite side. Grab that pillow or rolled up blanket or block if you're using it. Arms out into a T. And relax into your second side. Feeling the spaciousness in your body. You've created so much space in this practice. By letting go and allowing gratitude and Santosha to flow into that space. SoHum. Let go. Last couple of breaths here. And slowly begin to take your soles of your feet back to your mat, holding onto that pillow or block, moving it off to the side, and then go ahead and take your feet out a little wider than hip width apart and let those knees fall together again. Just for a few breaths. And then slowly take those knees apart. Reach one leg towards the short end of your mat, and then the other, grabbing any props that you need for a comfortable Savasana. If you set an intention at the beginning of this practice, now is a great time to bring your attention back to that intention. And as you may remember, I offered to you that physically we are getting into our hips today. We are opening up our heart. We are making space for gratitude and Santosha, which is contentment. And that is going to allow us to move into the very yin season of winter, letting go of the things that no longer serve us, letting go of the fear, the sense of lack or scarcity, so that we can invite in gratitude and Santosha. And before I leave you in silence here, this came across my email box today. This was from a woman called Maddie King. And she also said, it's an extract from something, but she also said, when the earth rests, the harvest is gathered, and we too are called to go inward this season. She's actually talking about Samhain. I don't know how it's pronounced, or Halloween as it's known in the United States. It's also an ancient celebration. So this little excerpt is from John O'Donohue. It's also about Samhain, but it landed in my inbox this morning and it just spoke to me for this practice. So I'm going to go ahead and read it to you. May the nourishment of the earth be yours. May the clarity of light be yours. May the fluency of the ocean be yours. May the protection of the ancestors be yours. And so may a slow wind work these words of love around you, an invisible cloak to mind your life. Relax in your Savasana until you hear me speak again. feel free to stay in Savasana for as long as you need today. But if you are moving on, allow your breath to deepen. Allow yourself to ride that breath to come back into the right here, right now moment. Feeling cradled by the earth, secure, safe, supported. Begin to take any small movements you need to bring yourself back into this moment. And in your own way, and in your own time, meet me back in a seated position. Inhale, press the palms of the hands together in front of your heart center, and press those thumbs into your heart center, slightly bowing your head over your hands. May you be healthy. May you be happy. May you be free from pain and suffering. And may you be grateful for all that you have so that you can feel Santosha. Inhale, exhale, go ahead and blink the eyes open, taking in your mat, raising your head, taking in the rest of the room, and allowing your hands to fall down to your lap or your thighs. I wasn't planning to, but I'm going to talk just a tiny bit, another little personal message. So this is a Thanksgiving practice, although it's a great fall practice anytime. Very relaxing. This would be great before bed. Also would be good to start your day in a nice, calm manner. So as I was moving through this practice with you, I was thinking about Thanksgiving. It was my mom's big holiday. Before that, it was her mom's big holiday. My mom was the hostess with the mostest. She really enjoyed throwing dinners and parties and card playing. So this will be, I'm filming this about a month ahead of Thanksgiving, but this will be my first Thanksgiving without her. We didn't go to see her the last couple of years because my sister and her family spent Thanksgiving with her. But before that, I hosted for a few years. We brought her to my sister for a few years, both my parents to my sisters for a few years. And for many years, I went to where my mom lived and I shared Thanksgiving with her. So I don't know how I'll feel on that day. No idea. But, sometimes things like that can stir up a lot of emotion. And my hope with this practice is that if that is the case for you, and maybe you're alone because it's just going to be me and my husband and no bandit, I hope that you have time to, if you got this far, you probably did have time to explore this practice because I think it will help you. It's not going to cure anything, but I think it will help. And now that you have made it this far, and I thank you so much for joining me. And by the way, I'm getting really close to 500 subscribers, so tell your friends. Still plug there. Right about now, you should, go ahead and click the like if you enjoyed this practice and subscribe if you want to practice with me again. And right about now, you should be seeing some additional practices that you can explore. One is the 3-minute Kali Mudra meditation. I'm not quite sure what to call it. I recorded this a very long time ago, but it's very popular, so it doesn't take much of your time. And there are 2 other Santosha practices. Those are a bit longer, not as long as this one, but they are a bit longer. One is love your hips and wrists, and the other is strong back and hips. And you might like to explore all of that. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that if you're celebrating, when you celebrate, you have a very happy Thanksgiving and a wonderful rest of your day or evening.